Words of wisdom. The key to a successful marriage is always argue naked. True story, right?
I agree with that.
It has to. I mean, at least you know that something's going to come out of it. The ding, ding, shh. No, come on, that was
At least somebody might end up on top.
Yeah, it has a good. Look at Robert coming in strong today, dude. I like that, dude. Coming in with a punch. Welcome everybody to the Reckless Podcast. My name is Cody Storts. You are back with us in the lounge again. So joining us today, we have two folks, and we're going to drink some wine again. We're back in the wine field house. Joining us is Robert Morris.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah, and
looking forward to this.
And where are you from?
So I'm with Southern Wine and Spirits. I am
salesman of the century.
There you go. There you go.
Yes.
Responsible for Orange County.
Yeah,
Yep.
awesome.
Yeah.
And next to him, the lovely Miss Gloria Yeager.
Hi.
And where the heck are you from?
I'm from Constellation Brands.
Yeah. So what is
Yeah.
Constellation Brands? So I get so confused when I get all you guys in here and you guys all show up and
Of course.
I find out in the long run like all you guys kind of work together, but then don't kind of. I don't know, man. I get confused, dude. But,
Well, we are one of the largest total beverage alcohol companies in the world. We have a lot of brands.
But you have all the big dogs. You guys are the ones responsible for the little John Gruden doll.
Yeah, so beers.
Yeah.
They also make up a lot of different wines, like 100 plus different wineries. Robert Mondavi, Prisoner, Schrader, Simi.
Right. By the way, we're making cocktails in the background, so you guys are like, hey, it's okay. It's just cocktails.
Exactly. It's a good way to start the morning.
Cool. So what do you do? So you represent all of them?
So our Constellation is divided into three business units. So beer, spirits, and wine. So I'm just wine, and I just sell to restaurants here in Orange County.
Rad.
Yeah.
So what other names do we know? I know that there's a bunch of them, but what other would you know besides what you brought today that the folks at home could recognize at the store that's around?
Mayomi,
of
Pinot
course,
Noir,
of course.
Chardonnay and Rosé.
Mayomi's good.
Kim Crawford.
Kim
from
Crawford's
New Zealand.
bomb. Sauvignon, the original, the OG Sauvignon Blanc, right?
That is,
Yep.
yeah. Of course, Robert mentioned Robert Mondavi. So everything
the
from
Mondavi
Napa.
estates are huge, right?
Yes, and Prisoner.
Just little brands.
Little brands.
Little guys.
There's too many.
Yeah, just the little people is who we deal with around here. All craft little guys.
Yeah.
Perfect. And what'd you bring for us today? So that I know very little about this wine. What I do know is we do carry it, and it's a very big, bold wine. The one thing that makes me laugh is when I first started getting into wine, we had all these like descriptor words, and we made fun of one guy that was like, all I ever said was, "This is jammy." And we were like, that's not a descriptor. We like yelled and screamed. And then when your bottle showed up, it says right on there, like jammy wine.
And I was wondering what to talk
about. But then you drink it and you go, this actually is kind of jammy, I guess. Like, what do I do now? But
Yes.
I was laughing because it was like we all sat around and went, yeah, but I guess I was wrong. It is a descriptor word.
Descriptor word. Yeah.
You know, I don't know it better.
Yeah.
You can say it better than me.
Especially
I'm from
like-
Texas. We're honky. We see.
But I mean, it's jammy, but it's also very bold.
Oh, it's huge.
You know,
It's a huge wine.
imparting like this really bold taste to the wine. So this is Cooper and Thief Cellar Masters,
Right.
and here at Reckless, you guys carry the red blend, which is finished in the.
I didn't even know they
bourbon.
had anything else
Yeah.
because my sales rep never told me. But I didn't even have anything else. See? I'm gonna throw them under the bus as many times as I can today.
Robert.
I'll throw more things at you if you want.
I got it. Yeah. I'm good at saying no. We're good at this. It's good.
So we created this wine, Cooper and Thief Cellar Masters. I mean, it's really a different wine. It's very unique, and it's all built around like taking risk and really challenging traditional winemaking. So if you look at the wines, obviously they're all wines that are finished an additional 3 to 6 months in carefully selected spirit barrels.
That's much better than shittily selected.
Yeah, I know. Nobody wants
really
no
crappy
one wants
barrels.
That.
Is that
Yeah, no one wants really
Cool.
bad, barrels.
Yeah, no,
But
no.
I mean, taking
Right.
from the name Cooper.
Right.
Cooper,
Totally.
the barrel, all the craftsmanship.
But they're all
of that,
bourbon
yeah.
barrels, correct?
So
No,
Oh, okay.
so bourbon for the red blend, tequila barrels for the Sauvignon Blanc.
is it gonna give me the tequila face shout out, dude? Did you watch that whole episode,
Yeah.
man? I'm like one eye closed like Popeye. it was. I watched it back. I was like, dang, man, I made one ugly face for like 45 minutes.
Oh no.
No, it's only because the tequila does that to me. Like, like a
Okay.
shake.
Yeah.
But in the Sauvignon Blanc, I'm hoping the funk meets the funk and it's all good.
Well, Sauvignon Blanc, I mean, it's interesting because it has, you have all the citrus notes from the Sauvignon Blanc and that like refreshing acidity, but then you get a lot of that barrel because not only do we use tequila, but we use the añejo expression.
Okay.
So it's, a lot more vanilla and a lot more toast in there.
Look at that. I like your sizzling words.
I mean, it's going to bring it down a little bit.
I like it. Well, we're going to drink that after a few. And what do you, so where do you come from? I mean, you didn't just work for Constellation your whole life, like get out of high school, like
no.
work for Constellation, be done, you're here today?
No, actually, I worked for another winery before Constellation. So
the unnamed winery?
For 3.5 years in Sonoma, a pretty big brand winery.
Cool.
And then before that, I worked for 6 years for Allstate Promotions, which is actually ran like all the promotional people for Sidney Frank Importing, which is the Jägermeister.
Oh, right.
So, yeah. Long
That's
time
awesome.
ago.
Jaeger was
Were you a Jägermeister, Jaeger?
I was never, I was never a Jaeger girl, necessarily.
Please, let me be clear about this. I was
She's like,
never
with my last name being Jaeger, I'm a Jaeger girl now, but not then.
I didn't marry that Jaeger. No.
You're all, I missed. Dang it. That's hilarious. And Jaeger's a weird, so you got out of, you were basically doing sales for all those?
Yes.
Always sales,
Always
right?
sales.
Sales and drinking. They go together
Sales and
really
drinking
well.
go together. But I'm on the fine wine side.
Eats well,
now I'm on the wine
drinks well.
side now, Constellation.
That means you're fancy. That means you
I'm
don't have to
fancy
pinky
now.
out.
Yes, I can, yeah.
That's hilarious.
Only at Reckless.
Yeah, well, we have no pinkies out here. We're like we're the antithesis of fine around here. My grandma would roll over in her grave if she heard somebody call me classy or something.
Oh, no.
We're like, no way. It's never going to happen. That's how it goes. It just is what it is. And Robert, what about you, man? I know I see you around town, but like I don't know much about where you. Were you in the restaurant business?
So I was never in the restaurant. Well, I worked as a waiter.
Well, that's in the restaurant business.
Through my whole college years.
Right.
Went to Cal State Fullerton, right down the street. And then from that point, I ended up working as a supply rep, like Gloria here.
That's Gloria, by the way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
I know you guys work together a lot, but let me help you out here.
Exactly. Just like her, worked on the supplier side.
Sure.
Worked for companies like Gallo, Heineken, Carlsberg, Coppola, stuff like that.
Little things.
And then eventually ended up here at Southern Wine and Spirits. So been here about 8 years, almost 10 years. Yeah, somewhere around there.
I don't think I've done anything in my life 8 years. I mean, my kid is now 8, so that's it. So 9 years, right? I've never done anything straight.
Been a dad for 9 years.
Yeah, that's it. That's the only thing I've done consistent for that long. That's how it goes.
So start off in this position. I am also brand specific, responsible for the Constellation portfolio. Managed LA when I first came on to Southern. Then it was LA South Bay. Then it was Orange County, LA South Bay, and now it's all of Orange County. So you're probably a good person to ask about this. I always wonder about seeing, like, you guys see it more than I do. I don't ever get to go out, right? We're in the restaurant all the time, but you guys are out like in restaurants, and especially Daily.
if you're doing like
Nightly.
Yeah, especially if you're doing like LA versus here. I'm always curious, like vibe wise and scene wise, how different Orange County and LA is. Like I go out and eat, but we go to like a nice place, but like the regular scene out there. How do you think the difference between there and like here is?
I would say for the most part that LA tends to be a little bit more explorational.
Yeah,
for the most part.
Yes.
You can go to a restaurant and find a Tanat on their wine list.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
99% of the people out there will be like, what the fuck is a Tanat?
Right.
Excuse my language.
No.
But anyways.
We say fuck on here. It's
there
okay.
you go.
If you're not worried about it, we're not worried about it, bro. It's okay. For the kids.
I had to remember I have
if
kids.
there's a kid watching this, we really need to check your kid. Just letting you know.
But yeah, I mean, so they'll put something like that on there. And then, they're also doing that whole craft movement still.
Yeah, I think Orange County's come a long way. I mean, I've been in the game. I've been in the game here like 7 years, but I go out there and it's just and it has to do with clientele. We talk a lot about the people walking through your doors or who judge like what you can give them to you, and if they trust you, you can sell it to not. But if they don't, and you're trying to build their trust, it's like you got to give them 7 good cabs, and then they'll go, "What else do you have?" You're like,
Exactly.
"All right." But I'm just curious. I think they've just trained people, in my opinion. You would know more than I, but they've trained people in LA to now go. You just got to trust us.
Yes.
And the food scene.
Yes.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. And I would say there's a little bit more independent restaurants than there are national accounts. There's still national accounts in certain areas, but you definitely see the mom and pop independent, restaurateurs like yourself.
Yeah,
More so.
And those are the guys that are taking the risks, right?
Exactly.
They have to get their name out there as much as
they have
that's what
to
I've done in
think out
Orange
of the
County.
box.
But yeah, there's probably, the number of chefs and bars out here are numbered by hands in the whole Orange County area.
100%.
And out there, it's probably by blocks.
Yep.
Right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So, and they're killing it. I don't ever know. People always ask me, you should go to open a place in LA. I'm like, I don't like LA. I don't know. I
The
don't
traffic's
like
worse.
LA. Yeah. I'd have to like go move there so I could ride a bicycle to work
yeah.
or something.
Or take a metro.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
Metro. That means you got to get on a train with other people. I don't know.
It's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
As long as they sell coffee there, it'll be all right, right?
Not yet.
All right,
Not that I
well,
know of.
we're gonna take a break right now. We'll come back. I want to hear more about Cooper and Thief and what you guys brought and differences, and then we're gonna drink some wine.
All right.
Sounds like a plan.
Yep.
Good.